name is Ken Johnson, and I'm the CEO of Premier Systems and a graduate of Leadership Awakening. For me personally, it was a matter, the business and the personal were tied together, at least in terms of the initial motivation for going. I realized that I needed some additional skill sets to manage a larger company, which was growing and needed some changes. So I took the class by myself and ultimately felt that I might find something that would be useful in terms of just that side of it. It wasn't so much a personal exploration at the time, although it turned into that certainly in the course of taking the class. I gained, first of all, a personal mission statement, which really is concrete. It's very simple. It's very easy for me to believe in, and it's something that was developed over the course of that experience. It wasn't the main objective of the experience, I don't think, but it's one of the elements that occurs there. And what was clear to me after creating this personal mission statement was that I could stand behind it. I understood it. It was crystal clear. And if I needed to take certain things out of my life, certain things that weren't as important, they weren't on the list, then I could do so and I could understand what I was doing. It was helping me make decisions, prioritizing time and my own personal investment in business, family, and so forth. So I was the only one from Premier that went. In fact, I didn't know anyone in the class at all. And after the class, I immediately signed up my top management team, which was 10 people, and sent all of them to the class, knowing full well that they were going to have a similar experience, both personal growth as well as a great team bonding type of experience. And that was motivation to kind of open it up to the rest of the company. And we have a total of 50 employees. To date, we've sent 33 people to the class. We have had some who didn't finish the class. So, that's something that is important to think about. It's not going to be something that everyone can have success in. It's not an easy check the box sort of experience where everyone can go and just kind of tough it out and finish. There's a lot of things that you get into that are personal, a lot of things that, there may be some people who aren't ready for it. We've had I think we've sent 36 people and we've had 33 graduate. So I guess that's approximately a little bit less than 10% did not choose to finish the class. So to me, that points to two things. One is that it isn't for everybody, but it's for most people. And as the CEO of the company, obviously there are some limitations as to how I can present this. I certainly wouldn't say you must take this class. You must experience this, you have to do this, but I do encourage it strongly. And we've seen the fruit of it, and other people in the company, as they've successfully graduated it, I think have also been encouraging others to take the step, take the leap, if you will. And that has made it possible to continue to send people. One of the things that I tell people about the class is that the company's 24 years old, and for 20 some years, I tried to create a culture here where people would trust each other, where they would be working as a team, and they would really do the right thing all the time. And that was what our foundation is as a company. And yet I found that to a large extent, there was gaps in that, and there wasn't always a team approach. And certainly I didn't have the time to make sure that everyone was giving their all, was always doing the right thing, and so forth. So it seemed like there was a lot of room for growth there. And since the class, I think that the change in terms of the team attitude, the desire to do something for somebody else, to look out for somebody else, to see where there's a need and to fill it, that changed pretty much overnight after the class. So that was amazing. What I tried to do by way of normal cultural things in over 20 years didn't get even 10% of what happened in the class after 2.5 days. So needless to say, that in and of itself was worth it. The other side of it was just to see so many personal reflections from people who I work with every day, how grateful they were, how it changed their life on a personal level, how it changed their relationships at home, how it changed them as individuals. That was just a joy to see, because I, would have been satisfied with just with just a team working cohesively, but to see that personal growth was a wonderful surprise, and great to have your employees that much more alive, that much more gung-ho about who they are and what their potential is. I would recommend it for any business, any group of people that work together every day, that are looking to grow the business, grow in the joy in working together, and are looking for a way to kind of step things up. That in and of itself, I think, is what you can point to. I do talk a little bit about some of the specific outcomes of the meeting, like my personal mission statement, like the team attitude and so forth. I do always stress the fact that this is not just like the type of thing that you go to and you sit and listen to a couple seminars, you make some notes, and you come back and you never do any of those things that you heard about. They sound good, but they don't really change your life. This is something that's much more intense. And I can say that I've sent not only staff members, but also friends and family to the course. And for a large extent, I don't regret any of it. Even the ones who didn't finish the course, I think there was something good that came out of it. And my objective, when they came back, was to, not discourage them at all, but to say, that's fine. You're still part of the team. You're still somebody who I care about, and it doesn't compromise your ability to function in this company. But that's a choice that you made to not finish that. And I haven't had any negative consequences from that. I haven't had any employees who've quit as a result, or who have reported back to me that they felt ostracized or anything like that. I even did some anonymous surveys to my employees, and the overall response was phenomenal. To a large extent, I would say, more than 90% of the people felt like it was life-changing. They had every opportunity in that anonymous survey to report back to say, don't do this again. I tried to make it easy for them to be honest. And, just because I had a great experience doesn't mean that it was that important for them. But the anonymous survey subsequent to that was evidence that A, I should keep sending people, and B, that it was a genuinely great experience for the vast majority. We have seen a significant increase in our overall revenues, sales since then, and it's been on a steady increase. As to how much to attribute to that, it's hard to say, but for me personally, it's given me even more confidence, even more of ability to discern my way through different negotiations, different types of opportunities. I'm much quicker to say, this is working, this is not working, move on. Those types of things that you can struggle with, you can try and hold on to something that's not going to work. And, that for me, I think, is a net result in a good way. As far as the other employees, it certainly must have helped in terms of operational costs, because people just are more likely to do something to help somebody else. And that helps the bottom line, I guess, at the end of the day.